What's up, everybody? Kyle here at Let's Talk Wax with some sleeper prospects for y'all to check out. I tried to stay in the $10 to $15 range, and there are some autos on here as well. In the 5 to 7, there were a litany of prospects that I could have put on this list at the $20 to $25 range, but I wanted to stay on the super cheap side, trying to find some of the cheapest prospects I could for this sleeper video. Now, I did base most of these decisions off of my Juggernaut ranking system, guys who ranked really high on that stat-based formula that were super cheap, and I'm going to explain how that works right now. So our Juggernaut ranking system is a stat-based ranking system that puts different weights on weighted on-base average, stolen bases per plate appearance, K percentage, swing strike percentage, WRC plus, and age level. I created a massive formula to kind of put all those stats together and create a score from those stats. And if you guys want to see those rankings for all minor league prospects, you can find them on my Patreon page. I'll put a link to it in the video description. But these are numbers based on about 900 players with 100 plus plate appearances under the age of 24 for this video. You're also going to see my Let's Talk Wax ranking system. These are my personal opinion of rankings, not based on a stat formula. They are based on stats, but they are actually my personal opinion on how I think a player will project in the future. They are ceiling base, so elite being an MLB MVP and 7 being a lower minor or upper minor dropout. Now, I ordered these players based on their Juggernaut ranking, and I will start with the lower ones first. We're going to kick this thing off with Cole Carrig. He's an outfielder with the Colorado Rockies organization, playing in Double-A, a .266 batting average with a 184 ISO. Carrig has a really good speed power ceiling for his price. He does have some elevated K rates in 2025. This is one thing I feared with him going into Double-A, where what the K rates would do. He's got the highest K percentage and the lowest walk rate on this list, but he also, like I said, has the highest speed power ceiling, which is something that is very, very popular in this hobby. He's also 23 years old at this point, making him a bit old on the collecting spectrum, but you can find his cards for about $10 out of 2023 draft. Next is kind of a shocker. Tommy Troy's cards have fallen all the way down to about $10 to $12. He was a former 12th overall pick. He's had injuries and limited performance throughout his career so far, but he's having a good year so far in 2025. Again, he is older, 23.4 years old, playing in Double-A, but he has put up some solid numbers, 7 home runs and 12 stolen bases over 280 plate appearances, with some pretty good walk and K percentage numbers. He's a Let's Talk Wax rank of 3.5, and his cards are out of 2023 Bowman draft. Next, we have Cooper Engel, the highest Let's Talk Wax ranking player on this list, and one of my favorite sleeper prospects. He used to be a $3 to $5 auto in 2024 when I was talking about him, but he is a lefty swinging catcher with great contact numbers. He's improving his ground ball to fly ball rates, which is resulting in a bit more power for him in 2025, so hopefully he can stay on track there. But everything looks pretty solid across the board except for speed. Right now, 0 stolen bases, but great K numbers, a 291 career average, a sub-20 career K percentage. A lot of cool things here for a lefty swinging catcher, which are who are highly valued at the major league level. He's out of 2023 draft, and his cards have increased since last year to about $10. Next, we have Nick Morabito, a speedy center fielder, 22.1, playing in Double-A right now, hitting 300 with a 302 career batting average. So a big contact bat here. Only 3 home runs, 28 stolen bases. He gets the majority of his reps in center field, but the high ground ball to fly ball rates for Morabito, I think, are going to limit his power output. You can see he's got a 103 career ISO. And as I mentioned, I should have mentioned before, I don't see any of these guys as blue chip prospects. None of them are ranked in MLB top 100, but they are guys who I think are super cheap that are having really good years in the major or minor leagues so far. Now, most of them do have 1 or 2 flaws that will keep them from getting all eyes on them, kind of like, Morabito's not going to hit for power, but he's got a great contact bat, a lot of speed. But like I said, they're not really blue chip prospects, just super cheap guys right now that are performing well in 2025. Finally, we've got Adam Shefsky, Milwaukee Brewers second base. Now, he is currently still on the injured list with a back injury. He's been on it since, I think, May. So we could see an even bigger price drop, and some of his stats may be inflated due to his lack of sample size at 111 plate appearances, but he did start the season with a .360 batting average, 2 home runs. He's got a career average of 326, but he's 20.1 years old, still playing in low A. I'd like to see what can happen with him possibly in the future if he gets healthy and maybe could get to high A by the end of 2025. He's in 2024 Bowman Chrome, and his cards are about $7 along with Morbido. Now, if you guys enjoy this content and you want to help support my channel, you can check out my Patreon page. I'll put a link to it in the video description. There is lots of cool stuff over there that is exclusive to the Patreon page only. I have first autograph and first Bowman checklist breakdowns and team break guides for every release since 2020. All of my Juggernaut rankings that I update monthly are over there. At top 150 Bowman Chrome Autos under $50 list is over there. And you also get access to our private Discord server with 400 plus active members. Probably one of the biggest perks of the Patreon page just in that. But if you want to check it out and help support the channel, I'll put a link to it in my video description. It's going to bring us to the 5 highest ranking Juggernaut players. Jacob Reimer is going to start us off. He was recently promoted to Double-A. He was a former 4th round pick, having a pretty good year and has solid career numbers so far. 8 home runs, 11 stolen bases over 272 plate appearances. The majority of those did come in high A, but he is in Double-A right now, and he is a $15 auto, one of the more expensive ones on this list out of 2023 draft. But I do like Reimer as a sleeper for sure at that price. Hendry Mendez is a solid contact speed bat. He doesn't have a ton of juice for left field, which is where he's getting the majority of his reps, but he's gotten so much better since being traded to Philadelphia last year. He's hitting .298 with 5 homers and 4 stolen bases and putting up some really good numbers. You can see the career ISO is 108, but that has increased, so maybe he's growing into a little bit more power. Usually by the age of 21, 22, if players are going to hit for power, it's going to manifest, but I wouldn't expect big juice here, but like I said, the contact numbers are there, and he's definitely improving in a super cheap auto. Some of his stuff was like $3 when I looked it up, but he's doing really well based on the Juggernaut ranking system. He's out of 2022 Bowman, and he will be in a Milwaukee Brewers uniform in that release, so don't let that fool you. We've got Sam Antonacci, Chicago White Sox, second base, third base. He's 22.3, a little old for high A, but he's crushing right now, hitting .324 with 4 home runs and 20 stolen bases. Excellent walk and K data, a .327 career batting average, the highest on this list, and just a solid player pretty much all the way around. The big problem here is he plays for the White Sox, not a huge market team. He was a 5th round pick in the 2024 draft. I see his bat as being more of a high floor than a high ceiling as far as production goes. He's just based on contact and speed and limited power. At number 2, we've got Gabriel Gonzalez, a guy who has been talked about quite a bit on my channel since he was signed, but he's traded to the Minnesota Twins. He's an outfielder, 21.4. He started his career with the Seattle Mariners. Between high A and Double A this year, he's hitting .336 with 5 homers, 5 stolen bases, and 11.9 K percentage, the absolute lowest on this list, and a 8.6 walk rate. But like I mentioned, with a lot of really good contact hitters, sometimes their walk percentage is low just because when they swing, they don't miss. So it's really hard for those type of guys to walk because they're always putting balls in play. A .298 career batting average, a .167 ISO. He could run into a little bit of power. He's hitting .358 though in his first stint in high A. So off to a good start in 2025. He was slow offensively in 2024, but he's been good throughout his career, and he's doing well again in 2025. AJ Ewing is going to be our number 1 or highest Juggernaut ranking at number 13. A lot of that in part to the fact that he's got 48 stolen bases. He's hitting .326. He's got a 15.8% walk rate. These are all things the formula really eats up. 20.9 playing in high A. Now, the issue with AJ Ewing is he's got absolutely no juice, but he's a burner that's going to have a really high on-base percentage ceiling. He's going to play center field probably at least into the upper minors, maybe even at the major league level. Maybe he could be a guy that is a platoon type player. But tons of speed and tons of batting average and on-base percentage are going to come with this guy. So definitely one to check out. He has increased his prices a little bit. He was about a $5 to $10 auto, I believe, last year, but he's a $15 auto now out of 2023 draft. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I want to give a quick shout out to all my level 3 Patreon subscribers. You guys rock. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new content, and y'all have a great day.